Hello, hello, hello. Chrissey here from FootPrint for I Do a Live. So we'll wait a few minutes. Yeah, very nice to have a bit of time at home. Still looking for a new job. I will get one at some stage, but until I do, I'm going to take advantage and be able to do some surprise lives and stuff. Interesting news with, well, not surprising news. Matt Gaetz was formerly called for the, hi Leslie, you're at work. So you're work lurking. Yeah, but Matt Gaetz has formally called for the speakership to be vacated. We're going to have a look at the results of that, and also he's still under a lot of ethics inquiries into him. So could this be the trigger to him getting kicked out? Because I did see him. I did a reading on him several years ago now, being chased out of Congress. So is this the time? Yes. Okay. Here's my email, Leslie. footprinttarot@gmail.com. So footprinttarot, all one word, @gmail.com. So if you want, you can contact me. I charge $30 US for an hour, and whatever the equivalent is, Australian money. So yeah. Yes, I do private readings. So hello to the people who are lurking. Thank you for joining me. So we're going to be having a look at Matt Gaetz. Also, a lot of people wanted Barbara Lee appointed into Dianne Feinstein's seat, but Gavin Newsom has appointed a lady called LaFonza Butler, who is an LGBTQ openly out. She's a black woman, done a lot for the community. Apparently, a lot of people are happy that she's there. Some people aren't happy. They wanted, hi GMR6, and Barbara Lee there. But yeah. Trump trial, we all thought, oh yeah, that he's been found guilty on that count in the civil courts, but there's still 6 more counts to work through. So in the civil court, so how many of those is he going to get found guilty of? So and I use PayPal, Leslie, so yeah. And he showed up, publicity or whatever. I'm also going to have a look at the voice referendum over here in Australia. The voice referendum is about appointing a, hang on a moment, don't know how to join the channel for members. Okay. I think you click on membership. So if you're, hang on a minute, I will pop over to my other thing and I'll hunt out my channel on my subscriptions. Yes, I know, I've subscribed to my own channel. cheaper just to arrow. Okay. Just turn that off. When you go when you watch me, there's my little logo and there's a subscribe button, and next to it there's a little button called join. So you can look at the you can hit that, and that will enable you to join as a member. Hi, Little Bill 57. Oh yes, I said that the other day, Lulu Bell, that they were too important in the house. Hi, Deborah Costro. You don't see a join button. Are you subscribed? It might not come up unless you're subscribed. Hi, Deborah Costro. So the voice, I'm just going back to my other window here. I did email myself something about the voice. I found it really quite difficult to just get a simple explanation of what the voice was. It's not as simple as it seems, of course. Information on the voice. There we go. If voted in, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Voice would be an independent and permanent body set up to advise the Australian Parliament and Government on matters that affect the lives of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, including education, health, housing, justice, and or other policies with a practical impact on First Nations peoples. So that's what it's about, a very simple, cutting it down explanation. That's what the voice referendum here in Australia is about. It's quite close with the yes no. There's a lot of questions that some people are not happy with. Some First Nations people feel that it would just increase the divide between First Nations people and the rest of Australians, and they would feel like being able to, they want to be regarded as Australians. Hi, Jenny Penny. So it's quite a fiery debate. So I'll have a quick look at that. I'm going to open up just that with a quick look at that. It affects our nation, Australia. So it's for October the 14th, the referendum. It's brings back, I think, for some people, memories of the Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander committee at ATSIC, it was called, and that was a formal body, and that didn't work out too well either. I think there's some distrust of this form of or council thing again. So let's have a quick look at the referendum. I won't disclose which way I'm voting because I feel like that is, I'm still yet to make up my mind. So it was fine to stand up for your beliefs and stand up for what you think is, and say what you think would be some of the effects of having another body formed. Four of Cups, lots of dissatisfaction. It's like this is this far, no further. Lots of dissatisfaction. Just don't feel that there's enough there. Some people will vote no because they're arseholes. Others will vote no for very good and reasonable reasons. Just because you vote no doesn't mean you're a racist. A lot of Indigenous campaigners are voting no. 10 of Rods, it is going to be a struggle. I do feel like just basic yes, no, will it get through? I think it might, but it's going to be a really, really close run thing. I feel like it's more about renewal. They want I think it's going to be a really, really very tight race. And I feel like there's a feeling of the same old song here with the renewal, with the lizards and renewal. Yeah. It is going to be very tight, and I do not think that at this stage we can say definitely whether it will pass or not. I feel like there's more to consider. So there's more happening in the next few days, in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, it's going to be very tight, I think. Oh, thank you, Jenny Penny, for helping Gmail with that. Hi, Robin Blank. Yeah, because I've been working for the last year and a bit, I really mostly had to stick to weekends for my lives. My time's a lot freer until I find another job and stuff, and so I'll be doing a bit more and definitely doing some videos to put aside to upload now and then. So I feel like how significant whether it is yes or no, how significant will the outcome of this referendum be for Australia? It is more vigilance and depth of understanding needed. So there could be, either way, some need for some vigilance, because we've already had yes and no camps clashing here in Perth and in other places. There's already been clashes. So but yeah, there's definitely going to be a need to calm people, call for some stability. There's going to be a little bit of upset and unrest, which either way it happens. Will it divide the nation completely? No, I do not feel that. But I do feel that there's going to be a bit of a settling down period, and then we'll move on to a new phase as a country. Hi, Judy B. Crazy Cat Lady Farley, hello. I'm just going to turn the heater down. It is just crazy. I'm going to turn it off, actually, with things. Okay. So it's going to be a little while before our nation settles down as a result of whatever the decision is on October 14. I do feel there's going to be a few clashes of yes and no people. Some people vote for it because it's a protest vote for something. I'm not very keen on that sort of idea. For me, that sort of thing should be kept for elections, not referendums. So, but that's just my personal opinion. Okay, Matt Gates. As I saw on the news, he has officially called for the Speaker's chair to be vacated. I think there's got to be a vote or something on that. Is this attempt to unseat Kevin McCarthy going to work? I think he's got to, the House has to vote or something, doesn't he? Don't they, on that? If they vote yes, then there's, people stand for speakership and for the speakers and all that. So let's have a look. Will his motion pass? Eight of Cups, no. Abandonment. He's not going to get the votes. There's more to this abandonment than just him not getting the votes. I was watching Joy Reid in the readout, and she was, I cannot remember his name, I'm sorry, Collier or something like that. Because she asked him, is Matt Gaetz in danger of being thrown out because of the ethics investigations into him and his, dalliances. Now, when I first started doing this, one of my earlier videos was on Matt Gaetz. And you remind me of Syndrome from the first Incredibles movie. And I saw him being chased out of the house, and it had to do with young women. So is this the trigger point for him being kicked out of the house? Of course, blessings to people of California and the US, and deepest thoughts with you on the passing of Senator Feinstein. Very fine woman. I think she would actually be quite happy with the choice to replace her. But anyway, we're looking at Matt Gates. Is he in danger of being chased out? This is a 9 of Cups, a wish coming true card. We can take that as a yes. New journey, because he has been a fool. Yeah, I think that this is a trigger. I think it's McCarthy's going to push for the ethics committee to this man Collier said, he said, if you're going to go for the king, you better get him. And Joy Reid said, even if the king is quite weak. And he's not going to get the king, he's not going to get McCarthy, and it's going to rebound on him and bite him in the butt big time. Is he going to face charges in Florida? Yeah, that's in the bigger picture. That's in the bigger picture as well. Yeah, I think his time is ending. He's going to find himself feeling a little bit silly. Very interesting. I've got my, if you do want a reading, I won't be doing single cards today. They will be Saturdays, okay? But if you want a reading, there's my email. Now, let's have a look at LaFonza Butler. I have to admit, I had not heard of her before today, okay? Hi, Judy B. Hi, Patricia. LaFonza Butler. Once I don't know if Feinstein was up for re-election this time round, but will she, I mean, she's in the seat now. Will she stand for re-election at the time? 6 of Swords. I feel like she's there to see the term to an end. But you see, I did hear a comment, so I've got to sort of just clear my mind a bit about LaFonza, that from the story I was watching, that she seems to be, prefers to very much be a behind-the-scenes person. But I think what she is thinking about now is, I don't think she's thinking about whether she will seek election to that seat. Yet she is there to see it through, see the term through. Oh, I just got a picture of Harvey Milk embracing Dianne Feinstein. I just got that flashing through my head, and this big hug, Harvey. You know, I know that they were very, very great friends, and she was a great advocate for him. And just, yeah, that picture just went through my mind for some reason. And yeah. Just like rushing to it. He's a bit like Heathcliff and Catherine for Wuthering Heights. But, you know, just good, dear loving friends finally reunited, and just total joy. So that just went through my head. It is beautiful. Yeah. And the closer she got to him, it's like the younger she got. So by the time she's there, she's at the age that she was when she knew him, I guess. Yeah. Um, anyway, we're going to move back to Lathonza. I feel her concentration at the moment is on seeing this through. Again, we've got the six of swords. This is all about another six. This is the six of pentacles, balance, charity, validating the choice that he's made. So those are her chief concerns at the moment. Whether or not she will stand for the Senate seat when it's time for that to happen, whether it's 2024, 2026, I'm sorry, I can't remember. She will consider that closer to the time. But at the moment, she feels she has work to do to see this through to the end of Diane's term and validate the trust and the belief that Gavin Newsom has in her. The Ten of Wands. She's like used to taking on delegations, like being delegated this job or that job. So to her at the moment, it is taking on a burden for others that needed to be taken off the shoulders of the governor and all that. So, and I do think she'll be very, very good, but it's going to take a few weeks for her to find her feet. But I think she'll be really good. As for what she's not even thinking about that at the moment. So those are her chief concerns, is getting that right balance, taking on that delegation, that responsibility she's been given and that she's willingly taken up. Yeah, and basically too, validating, proving people who are griping about it that no, she's the right person for the job, and she is. Okay. So why did Trump show up? Well, of course, he wants publicity. It's sort of like an opportunity to campaign and to boast. Are people listening? And I'm talking about non-MAGA people, okay? So we will dismiss the MAGA people. Are people actually buying what he's saying when he turns up for this stuff and grouses people? Page of Coins. Yeah, it's a very opportunistic thing that he's doing because he hasn't turned up for so many others. He hasn't had to because they're civil. But, yeah. The world. Yeah, he's taking a chance to hop on what he sees as the world stage and gripe about how, everyone's after him and stuff like that. But here's the thing is this case also marks a shift for him and a journey. This will head to criminal court. But the thing is, there's still another 6 counts to work through, apparently. So will he be found guilty on liable? I guess we'll go liable, not guilty. Will the judgments be against him on the other 6 counts? Yes. This is the end of, again, a shift in his place, in the world, but he wants to do it on a world stage. Well, guess what? The world is going to see his shift. the end of Donald Trump's business empire here we're talking about. The end of his business empire. There's not going to be anything left. There's not going to be anything left. Yeah. Okay, has anyone got, that's what I'm looking at now. I wrote down to look at, has anyone got something they want me to read on? I'm not doing personal today. I'm not doing single card reads or anything. But do you have anything you'd like me to look at while I'm still on? Otherwise, I think I might wrap up in a few minutes. My Darth Vader mug. Hi, Shelby Lisa. Let's have a quick look at Tucker Carlson. I think he's still pitching a fit over the Russia thing. Is he working with a Russian TV network? It's been about a week or so since that all broke. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's a big yes, the lover's card. Yeah, no matter how much he denies it, how does it go? The lady does protest too much. Yeah, he is. Don't be surprised if he moves to Eastern Europe, somewhere like Hungary, or I don't know if he'd be ballsy enough to move to Russia, but yeah, I could see him very comfortable in Hungary. He seems to like it there. I think it's probably a very beautiful place. Just politically, it's not always the best, is it? Yeah, Tucker with an F. Yeah, please. And also everyone, my lovely lurkers, thank you for joining. And also everyone who watches my videos at a later date, thank you very much for doing that. Hitting the like button would be fantastic. It would be grand. And yeah. So did he get on his show and defend Hungary at one point? Yes, he did. Or he went over to Hungary and he did some sort of interview, I think, with Viktor Orban or something like that. He was definitely over there. It wouldn't surprise me if he ended up living there. Orban did cheat on that last election. US and Canadian warships in the Strait of Taiwan, sending a message to China, I think. Methinks. What was the message? Try it and see what happens. That was the message. Because they had been doing more flyovers and getting their ships closer and closer, and generally ramping up the threat level. So it was a clear message, those ships. Try it and see what happens. Yeah. That way only defeat lies. The King of Coins. We have the resources and we're prepared to use them to defend Taiwan. And yeah. Fire, wind, and rain. I just noticed on the there's writing on these cards, and sometimes I can make it out, and it's a matter of figuring out how it is. And the writing here is backwards, but it reads through fire, wind, and rain. So definitely a message. Thank you, Shelby Lisa. Hi, Janet C. Welcome. It's definitely a message to China saying, yeah, you really think so, try it and see what happens. Anyone got any questions that they'd like me to answer? Again, not personal. We'll do a one card personal readings on Saturday. If you put your hand up. Hi, Teresa Bolster. If I haven't said hello, it's just simply because I haven't seen your name. So I said hello to Patricia, haven't I? Grandma D. Hello, Grandma D. I think I said hello to Robin Blank. So is there anything else you want me to look at while I'm here? I just got, goes in my head, look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Don't know why, but so we'll have a quick look at her. What's going on? It could just be because, will Congress pass additional aid for Ukraine? Okay, so will Congress pass additional aid for Ukraine? I'm getting, eventually they will, but it's, yes, eventually. But it might not be till there's more unity in the House. So possibly Democrats have the House. So it could be another year or more yet. Okay, but there will be some additional funding. That's what was missing from this 45-day bill. Will there at least be some reduced funding aid for Ukraine in the next short-term bill? They are talking to McCarthy here, seeing this as a chance to manipulate him into. So there might be some smaller funding, but most likely it will be until the House is united, which means in Democrat hands. But there might, in the interim, be some smaller funding. Okay. So now, why did I get rid of Marjorie Taylor Greene? Shut your mouth. I always think of that. Always it's like what people in the background are yelling at it. Just shut up. When the ego repugs lose power. Yeah, I think there will definitely be a big uptake in funding for Ukraine then, but they might get something through, even if it's smaller, because McCarthy needs them at the moment. Marjorie Taylor Greene. What is happening in her multi-voice or multiverse? Oh my goodness. What is the first card that came up in the center for her? The most significant thing for her at the moment is the prosecutor. What is all this about? The King of Swords for me is the prosecutor. It's also about intellect. It can be about military, militia. I mean, of course, the first word that jumps to my mind, of course, is the prosecutor. But it can also be about a cold-hearted leader, someone who turns backs on people, or turns their back on people. It can be about the military or militia. So this is very much hanging in the background, this King of Swords. It's interesting how they've got wings here on this guy, like I am a god in Valhalla sort of thing, the Norse look about it. What is her challenge here? Hello, in the challenge position for Marjorie Taylor Greene, what you send out, though, will come back to you. So that's very interesting. She's not going to like what is coming back at her. The advice for her might be a good time to walk away and take up. Hi, Jennifer Barnes, and take up something else. This can often be walking away and not settling and walking towards higher ground or higher achievement. That can be a card about not settling, but in this instance, it's in the advice. It might be time for her to tuck her tail between her legs and run. What's at the base of this reading? Why? Oh my goodness. Pay the devil your due. Repeated mistakes, repeated actions, ego, not caring how she gets what she wants or who she hurts. Pay the devil's due. It's at the base of this reading. That's a very major card here. It could be people freeing themselves of her, because even though a lot of people voted for her because she's Republican, they didn't vote for her to go in there and be a complete train wreck of a representative. And they've done it twice. They've given her 2 chances. And, they're really, really unhappy. What's the first outcome card for her? Short term. Here's the Queen of Cups with the lid off, overspilling of emotions. Trying to slap a band-aid on things, I'm getting, is the words I'm getting through. Trying for a quick panacea to make people feel better and to make it look like, yes, she is doing a good job, but no, they're not buying it. They're not drinking the lemonade. frozen, everything in limbo. The Hanged Man. Campaign money. I really feel like this is frozen assets. I could be wrong. This is the next outcome card for her. And for those one, I do an 8-card reading, and I do a cross first, which is the most significant thing at the moment, challenges, advice at the base of the reading, and above the top of the reading, the first immediate outcome. But then we look at further outcomes, deeper outcomes, with 3 down the side. So, conflict and battling it out with the 5 of Wands. And she's going to just become more and more of a conflicting element, a conflict, driving conflict, because that's how she works. Because she doesn't really have the intellectual smarts to be in the world she's thrown herself into. She does things by conflict, stirring up trouble and seeing what comes out and then grasping the most beneficial thing for her. What is the ultimate outcome for Marjorie Taylor Greene from this reading? Procrastination, trying to juggle things. I don't think she's going to retain her seat. Really drawn to the hat on this juggler. Put a cork in it. Or a butt plug. Sorry if I've offended anyone with that. But let's have a look at that juggler. Is she going to be able to retain her seat? Manipulate things enough to retain her seat? 8 of Coins. She hasn't learnt anything. Three of Swords. Heartbreak for her. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh me. Oh my. How sad. She's, yeah. Her flash in the pan is coming to an end. And it wasn't real gold, it was just pyrite. Fool's gold. Shining like fool's gold. Dunce cap. Well, yeah, I suppose it can be seen as a dunce cap. It is one of those things. The juggler in that card can also be seen as the fool, the entertainer. They were often there to not just entertain, but to put across the point of view of others. So they were often there to point things out. I do not think being the king's fool or the king's joker was a very safe job. Because at one time the king might or the queen might take the criticism that is slyly put across. At others it might be, well, to you, and off you go. Okay, anyone got something they want me to read on? I will keep asking you. I don't know if Leslie can say hello. She's working. So, Eleanor, where are you, my darling? Oh, gave your dog away. If you want to get her back, if you're missing her and you feel like you made a mistake, go and see if you can get her back. Yeah. I don't know why you did it in the first place, but if you feel like you need her back, go and get her. Mm-hmm. Will there be repercussions for Trump's lawyers for not checking the box for a jury trial? Well, he's not happy because a jury trial means he tends to manipulate and more people to threaten. They have received feedback, and you can see the reddened cheeks here on this page. Quite chastised, but they were within their rights not to check for the jury trial, but there will be some changes for them. If she's happy where she is, leave her there. And I'm sure that there's another little companion. I'm seeing a smaller dog with big brown eyes and maybe sort of like those big ears, sort of like hound dog or King Charles Spaniels, those sorts of things. Yeah, maybe a little spaniel. Go look at the rescue pound. Yeah. So there are some changes in the works here, but the repercussions would only be from Trump. I mean, they, if it was a mistake, well, bad luck. I think this may make a few of them decide to change professions. I think they had their own reasons for doing it. They didn't want to have to deal with, not just with Trump, threatening judges, prosecutors, witnesses, but also the jury. They did it for their own benefit, not necessarily for the best intent of the client. But you know what? There may be that, honestly, I think some of them are feeling retirement might be coming on. Hi, Tara, you away? How are you? Yeah. He might try to make trouble, but you know what? I don't think they really care. But he might spill the beans on a few of them. You know him, he's always got stuff on some people. So some secrets might leak out. So they might, he'll try and make them pay one way or another. Yeah, yes, they did have their reasons for it too. Yeah. Hi, Sandra Henderson. Haven't seen you in a little while. I hope you're all okay there. Lovely to see you again. Now, anyone got a question? Now, I'm not taking personal questions at the moment. I do on Saturdays now do single card reads. I do 2 lots during the course of the live. So, yeah. That sounds like her. Henrietta is a rescue. Yeah. I do feel like you are feeling the loss of her companionship more than wanting to get her back. Yeah. Oh, Huckabee Sanders in Arkansas. Her money dealings are suspect. Okay. Sarah Huckabee Sanders. What's in the cards for her? She's a governor now, isn't she? So at the center of things for her at the moment is processes being higher and closer to God. And she's so fake about it. She doesn't care about God. She just cares about how it looks. Hi, J Cat Lady. Cross keys of responsibility here. I feel like some things are going to be brought home to her. Yes. She paid $20,000 in taxpayer money to fly her friend to Paris. What's the challenge? Oh, her lifestyle, stuff about her lifestyle and how she's funding it is going to be a challenge to her. Oh, that's okay, Shelby. Well, yeah, connection to Daddy. Yes, her father was. But she can't blame Daddy for any of this. This is all on her. But she might try. The advice for her is have a mea culpa moment. Tell the truth. Will she? No. But she certainly should be prepared for it to come out. I wondered, I was thinking, wow, is she maybe going to be impeached? So we might have a look at that in a little bit. Or recalled, whatever they do is she going to face that? But let's have a look. What is at the basis of this reading for Sarah Huckabee Sanders? Justice. Justice. She has done wrong. Or she is perceived to have done wrong. Justice. She can't avoid it. What's in the immediate future for her? Opportunity. How opportunistic has she been? I'm just going to let Cameo out. You want to go out, Bubba? Go and see Daddy? Yeah. Go and see Daddy. There you go. Got more stuff piling up here. Then you saw my butt. I'm back. So let's have a look at the other outcome. So the immediate outcome is she's very opportunistic. She'll grasp at any opportunity. But she She's not as smart as she thinks she is, and it's going to be borne down upon her. Hi, Celtic Seer. Ooh, she's going to try and get away with it. Yeah, who said dirty money? This is all going to come out. Defeat. I feel like there might be a recall. And she will lose. Interesting. We'll see what happens. I mean, I know she's in Arkansas. And I know that either way, she's going to lose. She's headed for defeat. Will there be a special election for the governor's seat in Arkansas? Yes, there might be. They might be able to hold it off until November, but I think there will be. Old Governor Rick Scott. Oh, yeah, the old Governor Rick Scott did favours for her father. Own land here. Oh, do they? Perhaps they can move there. I was at the open house the other day and a couple of people joined me and we were discussing some of these red states or hillbilly states or whatever are getting a bit tired of being perceived as, no tooth, no neck, real hillbilly idiots and stuff, and being perceived as that. And I think there is in some states at least, a bit of a grassroots movement to say, well, no more. I mean, this perception is due to a lot of the politics here and maybe a bit of a change to things. So there might be an evening up, a leveling up of politics in some of these states, not necessarily turning blue, but possibly some of them going purple because of really getting pissed off with being perceived as, know nothing nobodies. They want to show that they're more than that their state is more than that. But in order to do that, they have to change the way in which their state is run and the people in power in their state. And I think they're starting to realise that. Are the businesses in New York going to be dismantled? Trump businesses in New York. Oh, it's certainly got lots of regrets. Yeah, and the bigger picture, I do feel that they will be, yeah. Bubba Girl, you just asked to go out. Hey, look, thank you everybody for joining. I really do appreciate it, but I think I will wrap this up. Been on for an hour, so thank you for joining, and I'm going to wrap it up now. So thank you for joining me. Stay safe, stay happy, stay strong, stay loving, and above all, my darling, stay laughing, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.